Hey guys, easyway.tv, and Tanya, I have been waiting for this. We have been talking about it for years, forever, and we're finally here, wearing our hats, doing it the easy way. We're finally here on easyway.tv, and I just really want to get to know you. I mean, I want to get to know you the way I want them to get to know you the way I know you.
Nice.
You know, why are you so humble? Why are you such a down to earth person?
Because I've gone through so much in my life.
I know.
And I don't know. I get that. I don't get that question asked a lot, but when I do, the only answer that comes to my mind is that I've gone through a whole hell of a lot in my life at a really, really young age, and I think I just value what's really important. I don't value things. I don't value stuff. I mean, we all should strive to have a great lifestyle, but always ask yourself this: that if I were to attain that, if it were to be taken away from me tomorrow, who would I be? Would I be okay with that? And if it even leaves you like a little antsy and unsettling, then redirect your values. And I think that's just how I was raised. You know, I was raised with really humble parents. I mean, my mom and my dad, they just celebrated 61 years. I mean, we lost my dad 3 years ago, July 3rd.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's good. But, you know, he was 90. I was a primary.
He
had a long life. I was a primary caregiver for him for 8 years, along with my mom and my other sister, Dominique. And, you know, it would just collectively, we made things work. But I think I get what's important in life, and that's family. It's family, it's health, it's vulnerability, it's being open, it's being authentic. I think, too, honestly, Eric, I think people put myself and my family up on this pedestal that we can't feel and we can't be real, or they never have bad days, or look where they live in a great community. And it's like, we have hardships. We have hard times. We cry. I mean, life hits us hard. And I think when you're hit with turmoil or chaos or stress pretty much on a daily basis, I think everybody can relate to that. You get life. Yeah. You get life. But it's a matter of just being true within who you are, and not avoiding or neglecting or denying that is even happening. It's just saying, I even told Emily, I said, Emily, today, here at the event, I said, Emily, this is what's happening, like bullet point events over the past couple of days. And I said, but I'm going to be there, because in the midst of chaos, when you're done feeling it, because I feel it, and I really want to encourage all your listeners and viewers that when you're going through whatever it is for you, it could be a divorce, it could be stress up with a job, it could be your crazy kids, it could be your crazy cat, your crazy dog, whatever it is, right? Maybe you're crazy, who knows? But it's like you've got to walk through that tornado, and then once you do, you really got to go, okay, what can I do right now to make myself feel better? So see, yesterday, if this event was yesterday, I don't know if I would have made the best of impact, because I was going through that chaos. But yesterday, when I went through the chaos and I came through it healthy, I'm here to be more effective because I went through it. I think people just need. I really want to encourage people.
You went through something pretty tough. I mean, not only the my condolences, but the death in the family, but what type of family it was, and all the press and all the hoorah-doorah and all the craziness and I mean, I don't want to take you back there or whatever.
Okay.
I want to give inspiration to those that are watching that may be an influencer, I have a lot of friends. In fact, a good friend of mine was just telling me, yes, she had somebody pass away, and she's an influencer, she's a TV star, all that stuff. And it's very interesting to hear the story on how they built from it and how they were able to overcome that challenge, because it could drive you to suicide. It could. So if you could think about, maybe describe to us some of the challenges you faced when being an influencer and how you overcame it. I'd love to go there.
Shoot, I think my first tool, if I were to give a tool to anybody, you got to talk about that pain, because especially if you've lost somebody, you can't just dive yourself into work and think it's all going to be okay. And, I'll get over it. And Yeah, no. Emotional stress is so much more chaotic and stressful than any other stress you can ever imagine. And I really want to encourage people, and believe me, I run bereavement groups, I work in hospice. Like, I want people to really face their pain as it's showing up in their life, because if you don't allow yourself to feel, you end up where I ended up, and that was in a psych unit after when I attempted a suicide. So I'm not the only one. There's addiction, there's abuse, there's gambling, there's domestic violence, there's food, there's alcohol, there's drugs. I mean, it's like that is the stuff that fills that hole in the soul. So what can we do to help people fill that hole in the soul and help them make themselves feel better? And that's really just getting it out. So it's the Tanya formula that I talked about, right? And that's the T. You got to talk about it. Whatever that is, you got to talk about it. Don't be ashamed of it. It's okay to not be okay. Here in Southern Orange County, majority of people live behind the mask that, oh, everything's perfect. And, oh my God, no. It's like, I know beautiful, healthy, beautiful, very, very rich people who are like not totally happy and fulfilled. But
have you ever been an actress?
No.
You're very good at it.
No.
Like when you do impressions.
No, I can't. because then it's staged. With me, I just speak from my heart.
Exactly. No, and you're very real, and I think that that's one of the most important things to be real, and people feel when you're real. They can really understand it. And when you're on stage, I notice that you really relate very well to the audience. And I noticed that you were saying earlier that it's all about having a conversation and getting to know them. So a little, secret sauce, couple tips. If speakers that are on stage, people that might want to get some information on how to get more interaction from the audience. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. I think the more you can be a human and speak from the heart and just be real, you have a message, you have a story inside of you. I think what we focus too much on is the PowerPoint. We focus in too much like, okay, we need to take 2 steps over here on the stage. We need to take 3 steps over here to the right stage. Then we need to go back here and put the hand in the pocket. It's like, you know what? I have gone through so many speakers boot camps, known to man, and there are a few that I just love. But the ones that always resonate with my heart is just be yourself. Don't worry about fibbing. Don't worry about saying your Don't worry about, like what I'm doing right now. Don't worry about that. People are thirsty for stories. People are thirsty for, how do I get through my hard time? There's a lot of hurting people out there right now. A lot. And I think if you're sitting on your story, you're doing somebody a disservice by not sharing it. But so many people always say that, well, I don't have the courage to stand up on stage and share my story. Then I say, share it with people like us, share it with people in our circle. So then when we meet somebody who needs to hear your story, then we're able to share how you got through it. So it's just keep in mind, people want to hear your story, not a sad story. My story is very sad. But as you know, that I always have a lesson behind it or a point behind it. But that's not set up. That's just kind of so it doesn't end up being a sad story. But right after when Nicole got killed, I didn't speak for 5 years. I didn't, because I would probably say I did just a handful within that first 5 years, because I was always crying. I'm like, okay, that's great. And through your authenticity, I would never dog anybody who gets tears in their eyes. Absolutely not. But if you're going to be sharing your story and it's very heavy, whether it's like you lost a kid or, whatever that may be, make sure, very important, make sure that you are healed yourself before you share your story. Very important.
I noticed too that some speakers. You can hold the mic. It's okay. We'll switch roles. I noticed that some speakers are improv and some speakers are very structured. You're very improv. I can tell. Improv can tell improv, and you're really good at getting your next points and your next flow and Do you want to dissect that a little bit?
Got it. I didn't have my nail done. Sorry. I'm like, hi, bad nail.
I can, we'll hide your hand.
Yeah, you know why? I think, you know, and that's a good point, because don't compare yourself to other speakers. Mm-hmm. Because I still kind of do that. Because, you know, you've got major speakers out there who have great PowerPoints, and they're flipping the next slide, and you're like, oh, I love that. You know, I wish I could be like that. Mm-hmm. I still get like that, but I always do a check-in and go, but I'm not like that. Okay? It takes everybody, different strokes for different folks. So I think what we do in society, I mean, not even just as speakers, I just think what we do as a whole is that we compare ourselves too much to other people. Just be yourself. I think that's what the world is really.
Well, you said that once, and you said it again.
I think people are thirsty for it. Just be yourself.
Be yourself, and I think it's also about finding yourself and finding what yourself really is. So I want to, if you don't mind, get a little bit of a testimony, a little bit of an endorsement here. You've been doing it the easy way for quite some time now, and ever since you kind of joined the family, what has your experience been like?
Amazing. I mean, you're everywhere. You're everywhere. Like, where's the tall guy with the pogo stick? What's the thing called? A selfie stick?
Yeah.
Like, see, it shows you. That's why I need you. That's why I don't even know what that thing is. But you're everywhere, and you're connecting. But, you know, the thing is with Eric and his team, it's not about monetary value. That's the cool thing. You're truly, even our private conversation on the phone that one time, where it's authentic, and you truly want to help people. And it was never a bottom line conversation.
Yeah.
Never. And for me, I'm truly grateful for that. But you are here. You're always immersed. You and your dad. I mean, your team. You're everywhere. It's pretty cool. I'm like, where's Eric? He's the tall guy. And so I'm just glad that we finally connected. You know, on the couch here, which is cool in a professional way.
Very professional. Well, this is the media station.
This is the media station.
Is your boyfriend watching this?
Probably.
Hi. No, but it's a very exclusive, intimate situation to really not do an interview with people and get to know them while people are watching. And we've been able to really get into the hearts and minds of these speakers and get some good knowledge for the audience. And we're going to do some amazing things.
I think people.
We're going to go to Magic Mountain.
I think people. Use the word people instead of speakers.
Speakers, influencers.
People, influencers. You know, it's pretty. But you have a way, you have a knack of just. I mean, you're not scripted at all. And you just have this passion for what you do. And
you're talking about stories, so I'm going to give you a little bit of my story. Okay. But this is your time, but...
No, it's okay. It's your time, too.
When I first started, I'm not going to go into everything, but I'm going to jump to the part where a TV producer handed me a script and said, I want you to read this script, learn this, learn whatever. And this was almost like the first time... it really pretty much was the first time I was in Hollywood. And I told the producer, I'm like, I don't do scripts. You're not going to really get me. You're not going to get what I could do. And I said, just tell me the points. Tell me what it is that you want me to say as far as your show, whatever. He goes, well, that's not how it works. I said, well, that's not how I do it. So we're in a rock and a hard place here, you know. And we figured it out. And he's like, okay, fine, whatever you want to mess up, fine, you know, do it your way. And I beat everybody else out because I did it my own way. And I didn't do the script thing. I did my improv thing. I ended up getting them in better situations, and I didn't mess up really because I was just doing me. And it's not an easy thing to do improv, but it's really where a real host, a real speaker, it's very important. And so I'm thinking of getting influencers together and teaching and helping these people that are watching. And you're very good at it. And To finalize the interview, post your comments. Hello. How amazing does she look in this hat? How amazing is she rocking this hat and this outfit?
The thing is that
you're our new model, right? You know that. You're our new Easy Way spokesmodel.
Because when I'm always hungry for hats, because when I'm not I'm in yoga pants with dog infused glitter, you know, which is fur. I'm in flip flops. And I'm wearing a hat, so I'm always hungry for hats. So this is cool.
There you go. Well, you got yourself an Easy Way hat now.
Yes, thank you.
And if you guys want one, just text Easy Way to 2177777. Three sevens. I am Eric Zulli with Tanya Brown, and we're going to do a lot of, we're going to have you co-host. We're going to do shows. We're going to do tons of stuff. So you guys can follow the movement. We're having a lot of fun. And this episode, this interview is brought to you by Helo. You guys, easywaybroadcasting.com/HELO. And this has been too much fun. Emily Latran, thank you. Action2wins.com. And Tanya Brown, guys, follow her. And it's just Tanya Brown, very simple. TanyaBrown.net. There it is.
Yep.
Support her. All right, guys, stay tuned. #EasyWay.
Hey, I'm Tanya Brown, and I'm doing it the easy way in Costa Mesa, California. We love you, Emily Latran, and Eric Zulli and his dad and his entire team.